Dmitry Shurupov, who is the co-founder and CNCF ambassador of Balak GmbH. He will be giving a talk titled Werf and its Ecosystem, Efficient Software Delivery in Kubernetes and Beyond. Please welcome Dmitry.
Hi everyone, my name is Dmitry Shurupov, as it was said already, and I'm from a German company called Pelarg. But I will tell about open source project which existed before this company was formed, and I was involved in it from very beginning. The project is called werf. Werf is a Dutch word for shipyard, so you can see a shipyard as the logotype of this project. I will tell a story of one DevOps agency, but actually DevOps is quite a controversial word today, so I would say that it's outsourcing company that was rendering IT operations, CI/CD implementation, and this kind of stuff for other businesses. The wizards from this company were always trying to implement software delivery for different companies. These companies were of different size, different industries, they use different technology stack and so on. And they tried to implement software delivery because of all of this on case-by-case approach. Later, in 2013, Docker entered the room. And of course, it was not really a revolution technologically because containers we knew before, and even these wizards already played around LXCs and other solutions before Docker. But what Docker really changed, it was the simplicity of how you can handle containers. And so these wizards started to invent some magic wands using their favorite language. You can guess what was it. In addition, of course, to the magic words language, it was Bash. So they started to write some reps around the Docker, and line by line, script by script, it became bigger and bigger. After they realized that it's huge enough, they rewrote it to Ruby, because Ruby was the language of Chef. This infrastructure as code tool was very famous for requiring you to write Ruby recipes to describe your infrastructure. Then Golang came to the world and became really popular, and so they rewrote it to Golang, so that's why you can see this nice gopher here. And of course, because this company was mostly operating with open source software, because IT operations were all about managing your web server, your Linux, your databases, whatever technologies were open source, they also decided to make this tool open source. And not only because of this, but because more people can collaborate on it, and it will be more benefits for bigger community. At the same time, even a little bit before, another magic was happening in the world, and here you can see Brendan Burns and Craig McLuckie, who during Google I/O 2014 conference introduced Kubernetes. I will not delve too much into the further history. I'll just say that after they introduced it, it was something industry wanted so much, so we started to adopt it widely and even sometimes wildly, and it became the industry de facto standard. And it also brought the bigger cloud-native world to flourish, because it's not only about Kubernetes, but it's also about monitoring. So then Prometheus came into place, about container registry, then Harbor appeared, and so on and so forth. And also because the market was quite competitive, the companies who needed software delivery based on Kubernetes, they also wanted more and more. First of all, the faster time to market. So the whole universe was born, the universe of cloud native, spearheaded by the CNCF organization. And let's go back to the project werf. Today is a CNCF Sandbox project, but it has been developed for over 9 years already. And to say in general, we can describe it as a command line tool which you can use to build, deploy, and distribute applications in Kubernetes. I also like to call it a glue, because it glues many existing well-known technologies, such as Git, Docker, Helm, Buildah, and of course, Kubernetes. But it not only glues them, but it also offers more features on top of them. This overview, how basically werf operates, you need to describe your application in a Docker file, which is de facto standard again, in Git. Then werf, what will do, it will build your container images and push them into container registry. Then you also need to define your Kubernetes resources for this application, for these container images in Kubernetes, in the form of Helm charts, which will be also placed in your Git. And then werf will deploy everything, these resources and these container images, to Kubernetes. So basically we can say that what werf does, it syncs your Git descriptions, your desired state, with actually running application in Kubernetes. Here you can see an example of a small project which has been already containerized. It has backend and front end. And to use werf, you just need to add a simple YAML file which will actually refer to your existing Docker files. Then you can benefit already from extra features, we will talk about them later, that werf offers, for example, in Helm charts. Then you need just to execute one command, werf converge, and you will see this application running in your Kubernetes. Now, what about the advanced features werf offers on top of existing solutions? First of all, it's the determinism principle. We like to say about this that what you git is what you get. So the idea is that everything is reproducible and reliable, because what you defined in your Git will always be in your actually running application in the Kubernetes. In terms of build, werf integrates with two backends. It can be like classic Docker and more fancy Buildah, because Buildah allows you to do rootless builds. It allows you to do in-cluster builds, in Kubernetes clusters, how we usually build our container images in the cloud-native world today. But on top of them, it offers incremental builds, which means you will never build again the parts which you don't need anymore. And also it offers content-based tagging. Also it offers parallel building and many other features. For deployment, it uses other tool, Nelm. This is a side project, but originally werf used Helm to deploy the applications, but because it needed more features and Helm development was not active during last few years, we actually forked Helm and called it Nelm and offered more features on top of it. Now it's a separate project which can be used anywhere you like. That offers more features, but we don't have much time to tell about them. You can read from the slides, and there's some illustration how they work. Another part of advanced features Nelm offers are related to resource tracking, and for this we have also separate project, which is called kubedog. Kubedog is Go library, which you can also use in your project separately from everything. And basically it allows you to see such nice interactive view of how your deployment process is going on. You can see which of your resources were deployed or not, what happened with them, which operations failed, and so on. This is the feature which original Helm lacks very much. So let's go back to werf. In terms of application distribution, werf offers bundles. It's a way to distribute your images and all related artifacts as a single entry. And what's nice, you can then deploy them not only with werf, but any software you use. It can be original Helm, Argo CD, Flux, or any other tool you prefer to use. The latest big feature is smart cleanup, which means that werf will never remove anything you need in your container registry, but it will remove everything else, so it will not become too huge. And also important that werf is not only about its features, but also about its community. And now we have two actively contributing companies, a lot of GitHub stars, numerous agencies, other agencies that rely on werf. And we are aware of at least 15,000 projects, it's like Git repos, which are using werf today. There are some other side projects that emerged during the development of werf, such as this one. This name is very funny, it's trdl, and you should never confuse it with tldr, but we made it specifically. It stands for True Delivery, and basically the idea is that it's plug-and-play solution for your users if you want to deliver them something from your Git repo. So user one time installs your software through trdl, and then whenever he or she runs this software, will always get the latest version from a relevant release channel. It can be stable, alpha, beta, whatever the user itself chooses. We will skip this. Another side project is Kubernetes guides, because we realize that werf is not only used by operators, but also by developers. And not all the developers are well aware about how Kubernetes works and how you should deploy everything there and so on. So this is a very nice documentation project which covers 3 different languages frameworks, and it should be very helpful for developers who want to learn about Kubernetes, because despite its strong practical focus, it also explains some basic things, and developers will learn how they can deploy first very simple application and then more advanced, more real-world application, which is implemented on their preferred framework with databases, files, login, and so on. So to sum it up, werf is about automated best practices for software delivery, which are implemented in opinionated way and based on well-known existing technologies. And what's important, it's more than just a CLI tool. As you can see here, this is a project, and I want to highlight is that while you develop a big open source project for a continuous time, then more smaller projects can emerge, which will be used separately by the community, and everyone will benefit. So they don't need everyone to use werf, but they can benefit from this library or from this other tool, and they can contribute back to this, and all the bigger community will benefit from it. So that's it. There are some links where you can find the information I was telling you about. And here's my last slide. I can also advertise a little bit my Telegram channel, Kubernetes, if you're interested in more CNCF projects, Kubernetes-related news and everything. Subscribe and enjoy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any questions? No. Well, that's very interesting. I mean, I still remember the days when we were pushing code up to production on FTP. Right, we have come.
We all remember it.
Yes.
With tears in our eyes.
Except some of the young ones who don't know what FTP is. Okay, well, if there are no more questions, first of all, I want to everyone to join me in acknowledge and thank you our support, AV support, and our speaker support, without whom this would not be possible. Thank you.